so excited for this one. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kesley. Nice to meet you. As you read by the title, I want you to live in your truth. Whatever it is that you know that you should be doing, whatever it is that God has placed down on the inside of you, I want you to live in your truth. In this video, I'm just going to be sharing with you guys my truth. I'm just going to share my story and my life before content creation. If you're interested, if you want to know who is Kesley, who was she before she made videos, definitely keep on watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you are new. But we just gonna hop into this video. I actually got this question 2 days ago on Thursday. One of my peers had asked me what made me start content creation. What made me start my YouTube channel was my natural hair, honestly. I cut my hair in 2018. During that time, I lived in Georgia. It was a whole bunch of people who looked like me. So I used to just always get compliments on my hair. That's what made me honestly start a YouTube channel. People used to always ask me, how did I get my hair this way? And honestly, I don't know how I did it, because looking back, those hairstyles were very basic, but that's what made me start a YouTube channel. I told myself after I graduate high school, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and so that's what I did. The summer of 2020 was my first video ever. If you guys want to see it, definitely let me know, and I'll put it off private, but just on private for right now because it's cringy to me. But let me know if you want to see that video. But that's what made me start my YouTube channel. What made me get into content creation for real was I felt like I had no identity outside of the identity that I had before this whole thing. So many people don't know, only my peers, the people who I went to school with. I played ball. I was an athlete. I played AAU. I'm very fast. My dad put me in track at the age of 5. I wasn't running with the 5-year-olds. I was running with the big girls. So I was very fast. Well, I'm still very fast, but just growing up in sports, that was my identity. That was all what I knew. I felt like I wasn't good enough outside of being an athlete. I had no type of passions, no type of interest outside of the sports that I played. I played track. Well, I ran track. I played softball, but basketball is just my first love. I was introduced to basketball at the age of 12. I was at North Miami. Coach Jenkins, I'm very grateful for him because he changed my life. He introduced me to my first love, which was basketball. And so Kesley was lost outside of the sport. She didn't have no type of drive when it came to her education. Growing up, I was labeled as the slow one in my family. Oh, she needs extra time to do things. She doesn't understand. She needs that extra help. That was me because I wasn't focused on my schooling. And so when you just grow up in this thing, when you every day work towards your goals, your dreams. For me, I wanted to play college ball. That was my dream. And so I'm in college now. I'm not playing college ball, and I'm proud of me. Being in a sport was all I knew. I felt like I wasn't good enough for anything, for friends. I didn't have any friends outside of my teammates. I graduated high school during COVID year. I kind of made a video similar to this, but I put it on private a long time ago, just because I don't know. I don't really like sharing this story, because this story is just something that just makes me very sensitive and vulnerable, because this was my life. And it didn't go as planned for me. So how do you move from there? How do you trust God? How do you move on when it's hard, right? And so, yeah, I graduated during COVID year. That shut down everything. I did have interest letters. A whole bunch of schools sent me emails saying they wanted for me to visit their schools, but I couldn't do that because COVID shut everything down. So that kind of just put me in a box. And if I'm being honest, I just gave up, honestly. At the time, for me, it was what's the point? I never had plans of going to the WNBA, but I always had the plans of playing college ball. So when your plans fail, what do you do? Who do you turn to? Who do you run to? God had to remove the sport for me to identify who am I outside of the sport. And I'm really glad that things didn't go as planned for me, because I would have never been just sharing this story. I never would have tapped into beauty, natural hair, fashion. I would have just been so focused on practice. Content creation has replaced my passions or desire for me to play college ball, if that makes sense. I want to just encourage you, and I want to encourage myself to do not run away from your truth. If God has placed something down on the inside of you, and this thing has just been sitting down on the inside of you, please release these things, because it'll bring you so much joy. It'll just bring you so much peace. So It's been like almost 4 years since I've actually played an actual official game, and I've been well, honestly. During COVID, I moved back to Miami, and then I just went to Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade is like it's not a community college no more, but it's like a small college. I went to Miami-Dade my first 2 years of college. It was online, so I wasn't able to like communicate with people. I wasn't able to make friends, because how are you gonna make friends online, if that makes sense? Like, nobody is actually paying attention in class, all right? We're asleep. But I was on the dean's list at Miami-Dade. So after I graduated from Miami-Dade with my AA degree, I transferred to FAMU, which I am here now. I'm a broadcast major, a broadcast journalism major. So I've just been here for these last 2 years. I'm going to share this with you guys. I've never shared this or told this story with anyone before, because this thing is embarrassing. Like, as an athlete, we go through so much. Like, it's so much adversity that we face, especially when it comes to like politics. Basketball politics is a thing. I believe that everything in life is politics. Basketball politics is it's not my favorite. But when I first got to FAMU, I tried out for FAMU's basketball team. FAMU's women's basketball team. I trained. I had a trainer. I was practicing every day. I believed that I was going to make the team. I tried out for the team, but I did not make it. This was fall of 2022. I did not make the team. That right there, it just made me just lose hope for the sport. Like, that made me stop playing. That right there, it broke my heart. Turns out nobody actually made the team, like, at all. During that time, they had a different head coach, and they already had their team made up. They just hosted their tryouts because like they had to, like, it was an application. If you guys hear something, don't mind that. But like I said, I didn't make the team. Nobody made the team. That right there, it just made me feel like I wasn't good enough to like play at all. Honestly, I was even more angry at God. Like, what was the point of me like being an athlete? Like, what was the point of it all? Why did I play this sport? Why didn't I have anything going on for myself outside of the sport? Why am I so quiet? Why don't I know what I want to be in life? Why don't I know these things? God, this hurts. I'm angry at you. And so that was 2022. 2023, which was last year, was the first year that I took content creation very seriously. I posted weekly because I needed a getaway. I needed something else for myself that I can call home. And just being here, just talking about this journey has been truly therapeutic for me. And so I'm just glad that I didn't make the team, because basketball is a lot. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of your time. I believe that if I made the team, I wouldn't have had the time to like content create on the side. I wouldn't even been motivated to like join clubs here on FAMU. Now, I believe that if I try out again this year, they have a different head coach, and they need people, because I'm not gonna say too much, no shade, okay? I love FAMU. But yeah, if I was to like try out, I know I would make it. Like, if you watched my last video, I was telling y'all how on Thursday I had like so much fun on that day. Today is Saturday, and the reason why I had so much fun was because I actually was playing ball. Like, I was super with my friend. I played a 1-on-1 with her, and then I played a 2-on-2 with the guys, and then I played another 1-on-1 with another guy. And that was so freaking fun, y'all. Like I said earlier, do not run away from your truth. I don't know what your truth is. My truth is basketball. A lot of people don't know. I truly love basketball. I pray to God to just bless me with days like that, if that makes sense. Like, can you send a friend and where we both could hoop together and just play against the guys? Can I release? Basketball is my release. Basketball is what keeps me grounded, if that makes sense. Outside of God, outside of content creation, it's like a getaway from reality. I'm glad that I found my why outside of a sport. I had no identity in basketball. I had no voice at all. I had no why. Like I said, I feel like I wasn't good enough. I'm glad that God removed this thing so I can be able to address the things that I've dealt with. I'm glad that he removed it so he could be able to fill in that void. I don't think no one talks about high school athletes. I feel like high school athletes, especially if you don't make it to the next level, you're labeled as trash. I don't know, because like you didn't make it to the next level, so that means like you weren't good enough to like play on a college team. And it's like, that's not the truth at all. Like, we all have so much potential in us. It's what we do with the potential. I encourage you, if you don't already know what you want to do outside of the sport, I want you to start like asking yourself these things now, because after you graduate high school, life literally becomes reality. And if you don't have like the offers, if you don't have the things aligned so you could be able to make it to the next level, then you're just left to fend for yourself. You're left with like these different questions of, God, am I good enough? God, is this thing for me? God, should I continue to pursue this thing? Or God, what are you going to do next in my life? I want you to figure out your why outside of the sport, outside of your creativity. When things don't go your way, do not panic. I know when things don't go our way, our first thing to do is panic, or for me, I isolate myself from the world and I just sit in misery, because why do we have to suffer failure? Why do we have to feel like we are defeated when things don't go as planned? But I'm here to encourage you. I'm a living testimony that God can still show up on your behalf, and He can fill you up with so much peace and love. He gives you an identity. Y'all see this hairstyle, y'all see the flowers, y'all see the beauty, yes. But before this, I was just so broken. I had no identity and I just felt so lost. I felt like a failure. God has restored all of the things that I felt like I've lost. I didn't lose anything. Like, this thing is still down on the inside of me. Like, basketball is just, it runs in my family. And so, although things didn't go as planned for me, although my dreams didn't come to life, I know later down in life, my kids will be able to live out this dream. And I'm not going to force this dream on them. I'm going to put them in a sport, but I'm also going to put them in other sports. I'm also going to put them in clubs. I'm going to put them in other things so they can be well-rounded, so they can be able to express themselves, so they can be smart from the inside out, if that makes sense. I'm going to allow for them to choose the sport or choose whatever it is that they want to be in, and I'm just going to support them. But like I said, I have the faith. I'm going to have like a whole bunch of children. Like, at first I wanted 2 kids, but like, I don't know. I think I want a lot. I don't know how many, but I truly believe that my children is going to be athletic, because I'm athletic and I desire to marry someone who's athletic as well. But if not, that's okay. So do not stay defeated. As children of God, we are never defeated. God had to remove the sport, like I said, to heal me from the inside out. He had to show me, yes, Kesley, you can become successful at the things that you place your heart and mind into, but you cannot do it by yourself. I'm gonna need for you to have the faith, but I'm also going to need for you to have the works. I want to partner with you on this walk of life. You can't just believe in yourself. This is a partnership, and I want to partner with you on this walk of life. I'm just so grateful that He just removed this thing. I keep saying this because this was very hard for me to say. I was mad. Like, why am I not playing? I should be on somebody's college team, right? On Thursday, the guys, they was asking me, why are you here? Like, you don't desire to like try out for the team? And I was like, no. Like, that's not me anymore. But I've been praying for God to just bring this thing back into my life. I don't want to just sit in the house all day and work out in my room. Like, that's boring. I don't like working out. I don't at all. Like, I have an apartment gym. I do not like going there. I don't like running. I don't like working out. Like, it's not fun to me. Basketball is like my release. Like I said, it's so much fun to me. It's my getaway from reality. So, no, I am not going to try out for any college team. That's not my identity anymore. Like, it's a part of my identity, but I don't want to make this thing my full identity, if that makes sense. Because basketball, it definitely takes a lot out of you, right? Especially like college teams, college athletes, like, they go through so much. I don't got time to be committed to a basketball team when I'm committed to myself, when I'm committed to God, when I'm pursuing other things that's going to bring me longevity, if that makes sense. Like, I don't see myself in the WNBA, so why waste my time trying out or being on a team? Through it all, I just really want to encourage you just to keep at it. Like, don't give up, please. At all. I've been hiding this thing for a very long time because I was just always so embarrassed, especially like to tell people, you didn't make the team. Like, that's embarrassing as an athlete. Like, I watched Mighty Ice. He was D3. He desires to play for the NBA, and so he tried out like for so many different NBA G Leagues. He tried out for like so many different professional basketball teams, and he documented his whole journey. If you want to like watch his videos, you can look him up, but like just seeing his journey is definitely like inspiration. Like, not for me, because I don't want to like play professional basketball, but it's inspiration for people who look like us, people who go through the same things that we go through, of like just being overlooked, the adversity that we go through as athletes, the work that we put in, and you feel like you ain't really being noticed for real. That stuff, it really drains you, and no one talks about it. But I've come to realize that I am more than a basketball. I am more than an athlete. I can bring so much things to this world, and it's okay if I'm not playing for a college team. It's okay. Him removing the sport, it made me realize, like, yes, I'm worthy of love. The love is not going to come from the sport. It doesn't come from the things of this world, but it comes from God. He had to just fill me up so I can just be able to just share. I just want to give like a huge thank you for you guys, for all of your comments. You guys have been like just encouraging me. I just thank you so much for just being in this place of mine. Thank you so much for your kind words, for your comments. It definitely is like inspiring and motivational to just know that I'm just like encouraging you through my stories, and you're encouraging me as well. Like, this is a two-way thingy. But yes, definitely enjoy the rest of your week. This is going to be published tomorrow, so happy Sunday. Just know that God is with you. He is always near. You do not have to run. I love you. God loves you. Comment down below your thoughts. If you are new here and you've watched this video, definitely subscribe. I love you, God loves you, and we're gonna see you in our next video. Adios, bye bye.